Are you a business owner feeling that familiar, unsettling tug of being behind just a few months into the year? That quiet whisper suggesting you're already off track, losing momentum, and not where you should be? If that thought has been a constant companion, this message is crafted specifically for you. It's time to shift your perspective and reclaim your strategic advantage. By February, many entrepreneurs find themselves grappling with a pervasive sense of falling short. The initial surge of New Year's ambition, those meticulously crafted plans, and the vibrant vision for the year ahead often feel distant. You might be looking at your projections and seeing a gap, or perhaps your team's progress isn't quite matching the pace you envisioned. This feeling isn't just a minor annoyance, it can be a heavy weight. It manifests as a subtle pressure, a constant hum of urgency that can cloud your judgment. You might feel behind on your sales targets, behind on product development, or even behind on your personal energy levels. This internal narrative often leads to one dominant, yet often misguided, conclusion: I need to catch up. This video is a dedicated resource for every business owner, entrepreneur, and startup founder who feels the intense pressure to accelerate early in the year. It's for those who believe that pushing harder is the only path to regaining control and feeling okay again. We understand that entrepreneurial journey is filled with unexpected turns, and sometimes the most productive action is not to speed up, but to pause and reevaluate. By the end of our time together, you'll gain a profound understanding of why the urge to catch up is so incredibly common in our fast-paced business world. More importantly, you'll discover why this instinct often makes your year harder, rather than paving the way for sustainable success. We'll unveil a more resilient, practical, and ultimately more effective perspective, one that doesn't rely on frantic urgency or short-term tactics. This isn't about advocating for slowing down simply for the sake of it. It's about empowering you to choose the right direction with clarity and confidence before you ever decide to add speed. The pervasive feeling of being behind rarely stems from an objective reality. Instead, it's almost always a product of what we call expectation drift. As entrepreneurs, we are inherently optimistic, driven by vision and ambition. We kick off the year with grand plans, often built upon a foundation of assumptions that, while well-intentioned, can be overly idealistic. These initial plans frequently assume a perfectly smooth execution, a laser-like focus from ourselves and our teams, and significantly fewer interruptions than what inevitably occurs in the dynamic world of business. We envision a clear path, free from unexpected market shifts, unforeseen operational challenges, or the inevitable personal demands that arise. Then, as the weeks unfold, reality, with its unpredictable nature, inevitably intervenes. When these initial, often unexamined, expectations fail to adjust to the evolving landscape, the business owner absorbs the resulting gap as immense personal pressure. This internal burden then manifests as the compelling, yet often misleading, belief that catching up is not just necessary, but the only viable solution. It's a natural human response to perceived deviation from a desired path. The common misunderstanding that traps many entrepreneurs sounds incredibly logical on the surface. If I just push harder for a few weeks, everything will fall back into place, and things will feel normal again. This belief is deeply ingrained in our culture of hustle and relentless effort. It suggests that sheer willpower and increased hours can overcome any obstacle. However, here lies the critical flaw in this approach. You simply cannot catch up to a plan that was never truly grounded in the authentic, day-to-day operational realities of your business. Pushing harder, while it might offer a temporary illusion of progress, does not fundamentally resolve underlying misalignments. Instead, it often serves to temporarily mask deeper issues, delaying their inevitable surfacing. Many seasoned business owners, and yes, I've been there myself over the years, have learned this painful lesson through firsthand experience. The intense push might seem to work for a while, creating a burst of activity and perhaps even some short-term gains. But inevitably, it reaches a breaking point. The true cost of this unsustainable approach quietly emerges later, manifesting as profound fatigue, escalating frustration, and often a significant dip in overall business performance and personal well-being. It's a cycle that drains resources without addressing the core problem. Here's the powerful reframe that can transform your year. The primary goal in February, or whenever you feel this pressure, is not to frantically catch up. Instead, your most strategic and impactful objective is to recalibrate. This isn't about abandoning your ambitions. It's about intelligently adjusting your sails to the actual winds you're encountering. Recalibration means engaging in a thoughtful, empathetic, and practical self-assessment. It involves asking yourself, and perhaps your leadership team, a series of crucial questions. What initial assumptions were, in hindsight, unrealistic or overly optimistic? What is genuinely required of me and my business right now, given the current market conditions and internal capacities? What sources of pressure am I currently carrying that, upon closer inspection, don't actually need to exist? Years don't become easier or more successful simply because business owners move faster or work longer hours. True ease and sustainable success emerge because fewer things are misaligned within the business ecosystem. By taking the time to recalibrate, you are actively reducing friction, optimizing resources, and ensuring that every effort you expend is directed towards truly meaningful progress. This strategic clarity achieved now is your most potent defense against future exhaustion and burnout. It's about working smarter, not just harder. If you find yourself feeling behind, please pause before you instinctively push harder. This feeling is not a sign of failure. It's a valuable signal. It usually means that your initial plan for the year needs to be thoughtfully adjusted, not simply accelerated. It's an invitation to engage in strategic planning, to apply effective time management, and to motivate yourself and your team with a renewed, realistic vision. Embrace this moment as an opportunity for strategic reflection and practical adjustment. In our next episode, we'll delve deeper into why waiting until things are in crisis before implementing robust structures makes your entrepreneurial journey far more arduous than it ever needs to be. We'll explore proactive strategies that build resilience and ensure your business thrives, not just survives. Please like this video if you have enjoyed. Every like encourages us to create helpful content. Thank you once again for watching. Have a blessed day